Bernard Thrasher, Kenny Body, Ron Seal, Dickie Ticker, Bob Riggles, Billy McCartney. They're all here to play the game show for all the family if your family are into that sort of thing. It's Fill in My Space. Welcome. It's Friday night. Welcome to Fill in My Space. Ladies and gentlemen, it's either this or the one show. Make your decision now. To help us play Fill in My Space tonight, the show that's definitely not like any other show that's about missing words. We have to stress that for legal reasons. We've got your friends and mine, the Lancashire Hotpots.
Yo! How do, cockers?
How's everybody getting on?
This show isn't about the Lancashire Hotpots, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about our fantastic Hotpots fans, and we've got two of them on the show who are going to help us play the game tonight. First up, we've got Trev. Trev, what's your name and where you're calling from?
My actual name is Heather, but yes, everyone calls me Trev. And I'm calling from South Wales, but of course, I'm originally from Lancashire.
Nice to quantify that at the end. Yes. Put her down for 1 point, Dickie.
I will do. A one provisional South Wales point. Trev, thanks for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
Lovely to see you again. And for the viewers out there, can you tell us? Do you have a fascinating fact about yourself? Do you have, a claim to fame at all?
Why is Garrett pointing at something? Oh, yes. So my other half...
Which would, the left or the right?
Beers with Jeremy Corbyn in the summer.
What was that again, sorry?
He compared beards with Jeremy Corbyn in the summer.
He's winning there, isn't he? That's a
and it was front page news.
Front page news.
Man-on-man beard-off action in South Wales.
I did once mix paint for the actor who played Des Barnes on Coronation Street.
Oh. He's been in the news of late.
Has he?
To do with international arms deals, believe it or not.
He's bought some cheese. Last time I heard him, he was running a cheese stall in Manchester Market.
No, that's Sean somebody or other.
Trouble again for Coronation Street actors.
You're thinking, Trev's talking about Phil Middlemiss. Yes. Mm-hmm. So you mixed him some paint. Can you remember what colour paint it was?
I actually can. That's so sad.
What
stuck
colour
in
was
my head. It was Dulux Heather Bloom 5.
Well, of course, with a name like Heather, it will be that. And how long have you been coming to see the Hotpots often? And when was your first Hotpots gig?
My first Hotpots gig was 2008 at Manchester Academy.
Oh, you never forget your first time, do you?
No.
No, and you last saw us in Cardiff.
That's right.
We had a bit of a night of the Brewdog afterwards, a few of us, didn't we? I seem to remember, yeah.
Tried to get into Tiny Rebel, but they were having none of it.
No.
Maybe next time.
Chucking it down as well, wasn't it? Bad weather.
Yeah.
Okay, right, you sit tight, Trev, and because up next we're speaking to another top Hot Potter. We're going to go over and speak to Jane. Jane, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name's Jane and I'm from Blackpool in Lancashire.
Yay! Not messing about.
Put her down for 2 points just for living there as well, yeah.
Brilliant. Do you have a claim to fame, Jane?
Do I have a claim to fame? I used to go to school with a page 3 girl.
Oh!
She wasn't a page 3 girl at the time, though, was she?
No.
No, she wasn't. No. I don't think that would have been allowed.
No.
Which page 3? Obviously, not that I've any interest in this whatsoever, but just for matters of just for the Wikipedia page.
It was Abby 19 from Blackpool.
Oh,
no.
Hold on.
Wrong nose.
Before my
just waiting for Google to catch up from Blackpool. Yeah. Well done.
I believe you're a massive Blackpool town. Is that? I know nothing about football.
No, just Blackpool Football Club.
Blackpool Football Club, and you're on some sort of fan YouTube channel, I believe.
Yes, we do Lee Charles TV. Me and my partner do Blackpool fan channel. So we've just been doing a live stream actually this afternoon talking about football football with fans from around the country. So that's
we-
always good fun. And we do a football quiz on a Tuesday night as well.
Look, that is
In the absence of soccer balls, it's important to give people some balls.
Indeed, it is. Yes.
Even
That's
if
exactly
the
what-
virtual balls, you've got to get them into the houses.
Indeed.
So, and can you remember when your first Hotpots gig was?
I've been trying to think about this. It's around about 5 years ago, I think. It was at the Live Rooms in Chester.
Chash,
Around about this time of year, I think.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, thanks very much for joining us tonight, Jane. Are you feeling lucky?
Yes.
So the rules for Fill in My Space, as I say each week, like the Lancashire Hotpots, they're very simple indeed. I'm going to read out a sentence and there'll be a word missing. The aim for our contestants is to fill in that space with whatever word they think's been left out. The more matches between the contestants' answer and the answers from the Hotpots, the bigger their score. Whichever contestant wins the best of 3 rounds will go on to the Super Space game, where there could be big prizes at stake. And remember, the clue is always in the question. What's the clue in?
The question.
Thank
You got that,
you.
Bernard? Have you got that?
Very,
It's not
very
going to make a
much
difference, is it?
that. So, to decide who goes first, I've got my Cats Protection League shopping trolley coin, which has got a cat on one side and a phone number for the Cats Protection League on the other. Now, Trev has been the longest attending Hotpot fan, so she can choose to go first and say whether it's heads or tails. So, in fact, it should be cat or text. Trev, cat or text?
Cats, please.
Yeah, it's got to
I'm
be
afraid
cats.
it's text.
Oh.
So, Jane, would you like to go first or second?
First, please.
First, right, here we go. Bernard's parents were dead poor when he was growing up. Aww. They couldn't afford to buy him a puppet, so instead they tied strings to his space. Bernard's parents were dead poor when he was growing up. They couldn't afford to buy him a puppet, so instead they tied strings to his space.
Nailed it. Nailed it again.
Might have Bernard had that they might have tied strings to, might have been similar to a puppet. Who knows?
Difficult one, that. It's just,
Well, I think I will tell you what I would have put. I'm not saying that I have a more sensible brain than anyone else. Okay. So Jane, Bernard's parents were dead poor when he was growing up. They couldn't afford to buy him a puppet. Instead, they tied strings to his what?
Action Man.
That's exactly what I was going to put. So
That's a good
you
answer.
and me, sensible. Very good answer. Very
It's
good.
just not what I've written on the card.
Unfortunately, we go to a very unsensible person. Bernard, what did you put?
Brother,
That's not bad.
slightly older.
Yeah, well, you could manipulate him via string. That's every possibility. Okay, but never mind. Thank you for your slightly tangential answer. Let's maybe go to someone who's slightly more sensible. Bob.
well, first of all, I had to think, well, yeah, brother. But,
Discounted that.
Action Man.
Yay!
Yeah.
He's off the mark. Absolutely brilliant. Kenny.
See now, I always say this. I should go with the first thing that comes to my head, and the first thing that came in my head was Action Man. But I figured if they can't afford a puppet, they might not be able to afford an Action Man. And going back to your coin toss, I put cat.
Yeah.
I think Cats Protection might have some cats in it.
Yeah, and the cat itself. You know what cats are like. They don't like doing what they don't want to do. So.
What we love about Kenny's brain is that he's done all that computing and thinking in a really small amount of time. Oh, but they haven't got enough money for this, so they might have that cat. Brilliant.
Okay, so we had a cat from Kenny. Now then, Ron. Childhood, growing up, toys. Oh, potentially, other things. What have we got? What have we got?
Exactly the same thought process as Kenny, and I thought Action Man originally, and then I thought, well, if they can't afford you couldn't afford a puppet, they couldn't afford an Action Man, and I went with dog.
The RSPCA is not going to be happy about you two. But you've got 1 point, Jane.
We're off the mark.
You're off the mark.
Well done.
And as has been demonstrated this past couple of weeks, that could be all you need to win this particular round. Trev, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Bob is dead posh and he has a cleaning lady called Sandra.
Oh, it was news to him as well.
Nice one, guys.
But Sandra is dead lazy. When Sandra lost her TV remote, she wouldn't get up to change the channel. She prodded the TV buttons with a space instead. So Bob's cleaning lady, Sandra, is dead lazy. When she lost her TV remote, she wouldn't bother to get up to change the channel. She prodded the TV buttons with a space instead. Again, he's doing some serious thinking about cleaning ladies.
It just immediately made me think of things that were long and thin.
They're very long and very, very thin.
No idea what you could mean. Everyone got their answers down?
Yep.
Super duper. So Bob's cleaning lady, Sandra's very lazy. She's lost her TV remote. She's not going to get up to change the channel. So she's going to prod the TV buttons with what instead, Trev?
Feather duster.
A feather duster. Oh, has it got the reach though, ladies and gentlemen? Has it got the reach? We shall see. Bernard, what prodding implement do you think Bob's cleaner would use?
I just don't know where I'm going wrong. Vacuum attachment, probably an Henry.
Well, I think that would have the reach, but it's not in this particular case to help our Trev. Okay, thanks for that, Bernard. Bob, you've got...
Of course, having a cleaning lady and having seen it done in the house in front of me, Sandra used a mop handle.
Well, I was going to go mop handle. That would have
The
been
other end. The other end.
Yes. Pointy wooden stick TV changing implement. Okay, thanks for that, Bob. No points scored as of yet. Kenny.
Yeah, feather duster's not a bad shout because these days they come on like extendable things, don't they?
Telescopic's the word you're looking for.
Telescopic, yeah. But unfortunately, I went for mop/broom stick.
Oh, yes, you see that popular choice.
Also ideal for getting a partner or a child out of the way. not thwack, a gentle prod, Kenny.
Well, obviously your household's different to mine.
You could also scare a dog with it.
It's the voice of experience.
Yes. And last, Ron, can you help out with tickling or poking implements? What say you?
Well, if I reach for anything, I always do a reach around with a feather duster.
Yay!
That's great.
So technically, for the first time ever, our contestants have 1 point each. So the first round is a draw.
Tied game. All to play for in round 2.
So, Jane, are you ready?
Yep.
The bloke who runs our local DIY store, K&A Tools, quality hardware at low prices, he's dead hard. The stubble on his chin is so tough, he has to shave it with a space. The bloke who runs our local hardware store, which is K&A Tools, quality hardware at low prices, he's dead hard. The stubble on his chin is so tough, he shaves it with a space. Remember the clues in the question. clue is always in the question. Everyone's ready. So, the bloke at our local DIY store, hard as nails, the stubble on his chin is so tough, he shaves it with a what, Jane?
That was really hard, but I've gone with lawnmower.
Lawnmower. Okay. A very gardening type implement. Bernard, you're looking furtive and as normal.
I mean, the chances of anybody getting this would be slim, I think. I've gone for a P40 rolling disc on a 90-degree grinder.
Accurate for the automotive trade. There'll be people up and down the country who work in the automotive trade who'll be laughing ever so hard at that and go, he's right. He's right.
Laughing at me saying, if it was ours, he'd be using a P36, idiots.
Thank you for your insider knowledge there, Bernard. Bob, what say you?
Although I've not been as specific because I don't work in the automotive trade, I have gone for a grinder, an angle grinder.
An angle grinder, oh. Kenny, what implement have you chosen?
Yeah, I've not gone for anything quite as fancy as those guys. I've just gone for a plain old saw.
Saw. And Ron, you're our only hope.
Safe pair of hands, Ron Seal.
I went with sander.
You see, now if I was playing the game, I would have gone with a plane.
Yeah.
Shaving. Plain.
Yeah.
No point.
Desperate Dan in the dandy. It's double. You use
no
of grinder.
No point scored there, Jane. I'm afraid. Oh.
Or as they say in Spain, nil point.
Nil point. Trev, you could take this one. No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure.
Here we go. Billy's cousin, Knuckles McCartney, is a very aggressive man. He doesn't have a bell on his bicycle to warn pedestrians. He has a space instead. Billy's cousin, Knuckles McCartney, is a very aggressive man. He doesn't have a bell on his bicycle to warn pedestrians. He has a space instead. What could that be? What might an aggressive man...
Oh, you might have to censor this.
Does this mean that the pixelation might have to come into play?
Pixelation might have to come in.
And
so let's not say it out loud, my answer. I'll just reveal it.
And then you might have to whip it down again.
Yeah.
First time we've done that this evening. Okay. Trev, Billy's cousin, Knuckles McCartney, is very aggressive. He doesn't have a bell on his bicycle to warn pedestrians. He has what instead?
Oh, I've just changed my mind at the last minute, but I went hooter.
A hooter. A hooter?
The most aggressive of things in the world, the old...
I've actually got one of those on my bike.
Is it an aggressive sound?
Yes, it's brilliant. Like dogs leap off the ground and everything.
Okay.
Well, yes. It may well be that scores higher than we first thought. Keep it clean, Bernard. It is a family show. What did you put?
Feel free to get ready on Pixelations. It's not a bell. It's a...
Okay, whip it down.
That's what she said.
Indeed. Bob, what?
I'm just pondering whether we can use Bernard's hands. It's all there, really.
Be fine. I'll do something in the edit.
Okay, all right. I struggle with this one, actually. So I don't know what you meant by aggressive and whether I could be, in a safe place. I put hammer. Knuckles McCartney going around with a hammer.
Well,
get out of the way! Get out of the way, will ya?
It could be audio. It could be physical. Nothing scored so far. Kenny.
Yeah, I struggled a little bit with this one as well, but I went with a foghorn, which is a bit like a hooter in a way. It's
Hooter, I think owl. Foregone, I think ship.
Same, along the same lines.
I'm not sure how close they are, though. Are you, Dickie the adjudicator, are they close
Well,
enough?
what I would say, I associate a hooter with a bell type thing that
Squeezy.
expels air. Whereas
Like a clown would use.
Yeah, like what I have on stage. I'm not too sure a foghorn has a bulbous rubber end.
No. It's got a compressed air system that is released with the tug of a string, and it creates an excess of gas that then releases a sound.
Thank you very much. Sensible description, Bernard. And Ron.
Well, I've been to where Billy lives, and I just went with gum.
Funny because it's true.
Right, so if my scores are correct, and let's face it, they're not always correct, I think both contestants scored nil points in that round. So that's another round tied.
game.
We're going,
Tense.
ladies and gentlemen,
Like
to the
tiebreakers.
sudden death.
Difficult questions this time, I think.
Just have a listen to that tension drone in the background, just giving us some atmosphere. Scary.
Now then, in sudden death, I asked the question.
Pardon?
That's what I said. I asked the question. The contestants, you two, you write your answers down, and we let the Hotpots each give their answers first this time round. And whichever contestant matches a Hotpot answer, the first contestant to hold up their answer and their piece of paper wins. Remember, it's a bit like the bingo. You shout house if your space comes up. Right. The sudden death question is this. I'm not saying the kids in our local playgroup are tough, but all the teachers wear space. Not saying all the kids in our local playgroup are tough, but all the teachers wear space. So, Kenny's thinking there.
You've got to think of a couple of options just in case the person before you kind of gives your answer that you had.
Oh, let's face it.
Good job, I'm first.
Yes.
You could probably stick with your original answer.
Okay, Bernard, I'm not saying the kids in our local pride group are tough, but all the teachers wear what?
Shin pads.
No response from the audience, I'm afraid. Bob, what do those teachers wear?
Body armour.
Hey, Shred's got it! Oh, just me clapping on the old then.
Oh, sorry. Yay.
Well done, Trev. Trev goes on to the Super Space game. Jane, what can I say? Thank you very much for playing. But you don't go away empty-handed. No, I'm afraid you do go empty-handed because that's the format of the game. But what an absolutely lovely to see you during lockdowns. Good to see that you're keeping well.
Yeah, you too, guys.
And we hope to see you back on the road very, very soon indeed. Thanks for playing, Jet. In fact, just stay there because you're going to witness the excitement and the tension that is our Super Space game.
Super Space.
Thank you, Jane.
Right, okay. So in the Super Space game, I'm going to give you, Trev, one word, and you have to guess the space next to that word. There's 3 possible answers with increasing popularity worth 50, 100, and 150 points. And points have cumulative value. What do points have?
Cumulative value.
I'm gonna get it as a national catchphrase eventually, one day. Right. So, if you match one of the top 3 answers, you'll get one of the following prizes. For 50 points, an absolutely fantastic set of Lancashire Hotpot badges. For 100 points, you're going to get the Hotpots tea towel.
Excellent.
But we want you to go away with nothing less than a Hotpots t-shirt, which could be our Bohemian Rhapsody, or if Bob would like to adjust is the brand new Bitter Lager Cider Ale Stout T-shirt. Look at that.
It's bold, isn't it? It's bold.
Expertly
There
bold.
it is. There it
What a
is.
beautiful
There it is.
thing.
There it is.
So here's our super space word for tonight. Space powder. Space powder.
Is that
Now
now
then-
about the Osric tentacles?
I think it could be. And it could be a lot of other things beside. So Trev, which 3 Hot Potters would you like to choose to suggest a word for that particular space for you in the super space game tonight?
You can probably guess the answer.
Oh, hey, listen. One of these weeks, we've got to make it happen. Why not make it now?
Bob, Kenny, and Ron, please.
Unbelievable.
He's going.
Pointless.
So, right.
Come on,
so,
Bernadette. Get in here. You can watch the end of this. Sees I'm not involved. Get in. Come on, girl.
In fact, if Bernadette was playing, she'd probably give a more sensible answer than you. Bob, what word would you put before powder?
I'm gonna go with talcum.
Talcum powder. I like it. Kenny?
I'm going to go with washing powder.
Washing. That's very good as well. And Ron, what word would you?
It's the second time we've used it tonight. I'm going with gun.
Okay, so you've got 3 possible answers there. You've got what was yours again, Bob?
Talcum.
Talcum. Kenny's was washing, and Ron's was gun. You can choose one of those 3, Trev, or you can choose one of your own. What would you like to go for?
I did write down my guess, which was gun.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I might change it to washing.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's the result. For 50 points.
Ooh.
It was custard powder.
Oh, it's a great answer.
For 100 points, it was gunpowder.
Oh, of course it was. Vicious.
For 150 points, it was washing powder. Totally in sync. And just to prove to the audience out there that I don't make this up, there you go.
There it is.
150 points washing powder. So you've won an absolutely fantastic Hot Pots T-shirt, Trev. Well done to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for you, Trev, and for you, Jane, for playing and joining us tonight. Hot Potters, thanks very much for watching. It's Friday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Cheers, Hot Pots, for playing along. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.